All right. Welcome, everybody. Glad you could give us your time on this Thursday evening. My name is Scarlett Hiller. I'm the franchise partner for Expedia Cruises in the Terwilliger Windermere location. Our travel talks are being offered by the 6 Expedia Cruises offices in the Edmonton area. With these talks, we want you to enjoy the destination that we take you to. We want you to see all of the wonderful travel products that are out there, whether it be air, land, or sea. And tonight we have a presenter that is going to present a sea product, a small cruise line. And so another great destination or product for you to enjoy and hopefully add it to your bucket list. For those that have not attended a Zoom meeting, everyone is muted. You can choose to show us your smiling faces, and I hope that you do. We'd love to see you. If you have any questions throughout the presentation, please use the chat feature, and we can either answer them via the chat feature or leave the questions until the end, where both Andrea and myself will go through them. For the most part, travel is back. We are ready to go. Our offices are open. They are busy, busier more than ever. The franchise partners and I were just chatting about it. People are ready to go. So we hope that you too are ready to go, start planning and start traveling again. So tonight we have Windstar Cruises. We have Andrea Mendelson from Windstar Cruises, and she is going to hopefully add Windstar Cruises to your bucket list of future travels. So Andrea, I welcome you, and you are welcome to share your screen.
Thank you so much. I'm going to do that right now. Let's go from the beginning. So thank you, Scarlett, Randy, Gwen, and Lorraine, and everybody at Expedia for inviting me here this evening to share with your clients and your guests how Windstar Cruises is 180 degrees from ordinary. And first of all, I'm so thrilled to be working with Expedia Cruises because you are a preferred partner with Windstar Cruises. And I want your guests and clients to know that as preferred partner, we give Expedia Cruises special benefits, special perks, special amenities to pass on to your clients. So even if you do come and check our website, which I hope you will do, when you see a cruise that you want, please go to your Expedia Cruises office that you deal with or your travel advisor and let them know what you want, because they can add on special offers and special perks, as I mentioned, that you can't get by calling us direct. So with that, again, I'm thrilled to be here this evening, and I'm going to share with you how Windstar Cruises is truly 180 degrees from ordinary. Again, my name is Andrea Mendelson. I'm the Regional Sales Manager for Canada, and again, thrilled to be working with you all this evening. Here is Windstar Cruises. For those of you who don't know about the company, I know there are many people that don't. Hopefully, once you've been on this presentation with us, you'll pass on this information to your friends and colleagues. We're a small cruise line. We've got 6 small ships, and now it's all going to be about all that small ship cruising. Not just because of COVID, not because people nowadays don't want to be on these huge, big ships with thousands and thousands of people. This has been our unique selling point all the time. Windstar Cruises is a small ship cruise line. So on the left of your screen, you're going to see a beautiful ship with these beautiful sails. And that information, I'm going to share a little bit more details with you about all of the ships. And on the right-hand side, you're going to see something that we call our Star Class ships. We've got 3 of these beautiful ships, lots of exciting news to share with you about that. But irrespective of the type of ship you go on, you're going to have that true Windstar 180 degrees from ordinary experience. And what is that exactly? I'm going to share with you a video just to put things into perspective and then I'm going to come back and share this information with you. So enjoy, everybody. Let me try that again and go back. Oh, hang on. Let's just try that again. I apologize, everybody, why this is just not working here. After all this, I've got a beautiful video to show you.
There are those places on Earth we call hidden gems, because big cruise ships can't find them. Places that few will see, but the ones who do will remember forever. Where we use our navigational skills to steer clear of the expected. These are the places only a Windstar cruise can take you. So unlike the big cruise ships that only go to big cruise places, Windstar takes you further and gets you closer to the tucked away ports and pristine isles only itineraries designed for a smaller ship can reach. You'll chart your own course. Whether you're getting lost in the past, catching up with local culture, or going off on your own adventure, you'll always arrive back to the ship with plenty of stories to share. So why not try a dish you can't pronounce? Find a secluded spot to sunbathe. Bring home an ancient recipe as a souvenir. You'll visit all 5 senses before you hit the first port on the official cruise line of the James Beard Foundation, with exceptional locally sourced dishes, prepared by world-class chefs. From dining al fresco to coffee with the captain, you'll enjoy welcoming, highly personal service that's been named the best on the seas. Because at Windstar, we believe the smaller the ship, the grander the journey, for travel that's 180 degrees from ordinary. Welcome aboard.
So I hope that's got you a little excited and a little chomping at the bit just to find out more about this fabulous experience. And what do we mean when we say we're taking travelers in a different direction? Well, because we're small, because we don't have thousands of people, we're able to go into the small little bays and the small little motus and the small little harbors that the big ships simply can't get to. And with that, it allows us to go into very unique ports of call that you may or may not even think, I didn't even know you could get there on a cruise ship. I don't even know how to pronounce this little port that I've never heard of. Of course, we're going to go to many of the places that the big ships go, but invariably they will be docked way, way out at sea, and you've got to tender in for a long while. Whereas with Windstar Cruises, we very often are able to dock right in port. And if we're not right in port, we're very close to it. So it's a short tender ride in and out, allowing our guests to have a true, immersive, authentic experience in these amazing places that we're able to take you. I encourage you at the end of this presentation either to go online, check out our website and see the places that we do go to, but of course ask your Expedia Cruises advisor, travel advisor, to send you a brochure. We currently have printed brochures. Not many of the companies do that right now, and you'll see the most amazing places that we go to. We truly go, as you can see here, beyond the places that the big ships go. We're really getting you up close and personal, whether it's in Alaska, whether it's in Tahiti, whether it's in the Mediterranean, all the most beautiful places that we go to. And that is the difference. That's part of that 180 degrees from ordinary difference. As I mentioned, we truly want to immerse you in the experience, to give you that true cultural experience. We don't just want to get you to a destination where you get off the ship, you're tendering for a long time, you get off the ship, you quickly take a picture, you cross it off your bucket list to prove that you were there, you buy a souvenir, maybe there's time to have something to drink, and then you have to get back in the line to the tender and go back to the ship. That's not what we do with Windstar Cruises. Very, very often we will get in early in the morning, we will leave late at night, so you have that whole day, and in many instances we'll have an overnight depending on the port that we go to. So you're truly getting that, that intense experience in all these wonderful places that we go to. And I can tell you, for those guests that are going to sail with us, we're going to create memories for you that are truly going to last a lifetime. I love this beautiful picture of both types of our ships, our sailing ships and our what we call our star class ships or our all suite ships. Wait till you hear about the service and the experience on board. So you might be wondering, well, this just looks so fabulous. I can't imagine what it's like, but I'm gathering or I'm imagining that it's a very formal experience on Windstar Cruises. And I want to say to the contrary. Windstar is all about that casual, non-formal experience. We talk about traveling in understated elegance. In our main dining room, no need to make a reservation at night. And you might think, well, what's the big deal with this? But think about it, everybody. You might be in a port having the most wonderful time. You've seen the sights, you've done your shopping, you've had a glorious time, and you think, I just don't want to leave here and be at the dinner table at 6:30 because I'm at the first sitting. You don't have to do that with Windstar. Come anytime during our meal hours into our main dining room and we will serve you, whether it's a table for 2, whether you want a table for 6, you've met some wonderful new friends and you want to eat together, not a problem. Come in and we can accommodate you. And the nice thing is, when I talk about understated elegance, we like to refer to our dress code as country club casual. So no formal nights, no jackets and ties for the men, no long gowns for us ladies. It is more casual. So men can wear khakis or dark jeans and a short sleeve golf shirt. How nice not to have to get dressed up and have those formal nights. Ladies, we can go in casual pants or a skirt or a dress, however we feel comfortable. For those of you who want to get dressed up, of course you can, but it is just not necessary. Do you want to take all those clothes to Alaska, to the Caribbean, to the Mediterranean? No, you don't. And we're now so limited with our baggage. This is what we call a relaxed environment. If anybody says, well, you know, I've had the most wonderful day, I'm tired and I don't really feel like going to the dining room tonight, but I'm hungry and I want the meal from the dining room, you can stay indoors in your suite, in your stateroom, and order off the Amphora. Our main dining room is called Amphora. You can order off the Amphora dining menu and we will serve you course by course as if you're sitting in the dining room. So it's not just a ring at your doorbell or a knock at your door with one tray, with your salad, with your starter, with your salad, with your entree and your dessert, and we say enjoy your meal. We will serve you course by course as if you're sitting in the dining room. And for us on Windstar, being a small ship cruise line, it's all about those relaxed days. Nobody has to have that urgency to be up early in the morning and go and put a towel on the deck chair or be first in line on the tender because there's going to be a long, long line and you've got to get into different groups and get onto the ship and off the ship. That doesn't happen with Windstar. Let's be honest. We've all been locked up for over almost 2.5 years. You have earned this vacation. You don't want to have that urgency. You don't want to fight in crowds. You don't want to jostle for space, stand in line. You don't want to do it. For us, it's all about those relaxed days. So if we get to a port or when we get to a port and you don't have a shore excursion booked early in the morning, wake up at your leisure, relax, then go into the port. Whatever you choose to do, this is your vacation and well earned. And of course, because we small ship cruise line, there's those freedom from crowds. We want you, our guests, to feel as if you're traveling on your own private yacht. We want you to engage with our staff, get to know the crew, have that one-on-one experience. And I can tell you, and I've recently been on Windstar in beautiful Tahiti, our crew gets to know you and your names and your preferences by day 2. And if that doesn't make you feel like a VIP, nobody is just a number to us. We have a ratio of crew to guest 1 to 1.5. And I always say, I know there's no such thing as half a person, but just think of the exemplary service we're going to provide to you with 1 crew member to every 1.5 guests. So it truly makes you feel important. You're not going to probably sit at the same table every day. You're not going to get the same server, but everybody's going to know that you want your vodka cocktail or you want your hot sauce in the morning. It truly makes you feel like you're on your own private yacht. Now, I'm sure many of you have attended many webinars or many sessions like this. And even if you haven't, you might be thinking, this looks fabulous. I'm interested. I wonder what the food is like. Well, everybody, every cruise line, every coach company, we're all going to say our food is the best. Nobody's going to say our food is mediocre. We all are going to tell you that our food is absolutely the best and the most delicious. But I can substantiate that and tell you that we are the exclusive and long-term partners of the James Beard Foundation. What is that? Who is James Beard? James Beard Foundation is an American organization, but they recognize globally top chefs, top sommeliers, top mixologists, and they come on and train our staff and our crew how to create the most delectable and mouth-watering meals that I'm going to share with you, some of them anyway. What I just want to point out to you here is in the middle of this picture, the man standing in the middle is one of the James Beard Foundation chefs. And what we're doing here, for those of you who are foodies and you want that true culinary Epicurean experience, please speak to your consultant, your travel advisor at Expedia Cruises, and they will share with you some of our culinary themed cruises where you'll have something like Shop with Chef, which is what you're going to see here, where our chef goes into the little markets, into the little ports of call, into the little villages and the little towns, and into the markets to buy food. We also have to replenish, even though we are a small cruise ship. You do taste tests and you get to choose the food that you want to eat, and they're going to buy it and then send it back to the ship to be prepared for you. So that's a wonderful experience. We invite 26 guests at a time. It's complimentary. So if you ever have that experience, I encourage you to do that. That is wonderful. Here you can see everybody doing taste tests and buying the food. It is a wonderful, wonderful experience. And then they come back and they're going to prepare these mouth-watering dishes for you. And I know it's just over after 7 o'clock your time. I hope everybody's had a delicious dinner, otherwise your mouths are going to be watering right now. On Windstar Cruises, this is not common at all. We have an open bridge policy. How nice to feel like you're on your own private yacht. There's no yellow tape. There's no red rope restricting you from going into certain places. This is as if you're traveling on your own private yacht. We invite guests to come and speak with our captain in the morning. In fact, we have a special brew coffee just for that. At nighttime, when we're sailing under the stars, what a wonderful time to come in and spend some time with the navigation crew. It is a fabulous experience. All our 6 ships have a water sports platform. And when we're not docked right in port and we're a little bit away from the port, we're able to lower the water sports platform, of course, weather permitting, if it's nice, calm waters. We lower the water sports platform and people can participate and partake in all the complimentary water sports. And that's snorkeling, kayaking, paddleboarding, skiing that you can see here. A wonderful experience. For those guests who want to do scuba diving, we do have to know in advance, and there is a charge because we have to then get a PADI certified diver. But you might be saying to your travel consultant, well, that looks all very energetic and adventurous. I'm not sure I'm able to do that. We also have some flotation mattresses where you just lie in the sea. You can see that blue and yellow that's kind of a trampoline, but we also have flotation mattresses. So really, everybody can partake of this. And I encourage those of you that sail with us to really take advantage. It's a wonderful experience. So Windstar, being a small cruise ship company and a small cruise line, we don't have Las Vegas style entertainment. We don't have the Broadway shows, but we do bring on cultural experiences. So we have these, you can see we bring different cultures on board depending in which destination we are. We have enrichment programs with lectures. We have cooking demonstrations. We have wine tasting. And at nighttime, we've got our Compass Rose bar or our lounge where people can go and sit and listen to music and dance if you want to. So it is that kind of laid back experience, but again, a phenomenal and different experience. So I want to talk to you about our fleet. 6 ships, as I mentioned to you, and you're going to notice a theme that anything with the name wind in front of it is going to be one of our sailing ships. We have 3 beautiful sailing ships. Our flagship and biggest ship that we have, she's the largest sailing ship in the world for now, because I believe Jeff Bezos from Amazon is going to have a bigger one. But for now, we have the biggest sailing ship in the world. Beautiful. 5 masts, 7 sails. Let me tell you what a wonderful experience when we do a sail away on these sailing ships. Nobody stands barefoot on deck and helps raise these sails. These sails are hydraulically unfurled. We play beautiful sail away music. Our guests stand with a cocktail in their hands and off we sail to the next location. A wonderful experience. So I hope I'm getting some of you excited, but you might be looking at this beautiful grand ship that takes only 342 guests. I mean, that is unbelievable. We've got 2 specialty restaurants. You can see a pool area. We've got a hot tub, and you might think, look at this itinerary that my travel advisor has shown me. This is exactly what I want to do. But I'm noticing there's no balconies on the ship. Absolutely right. These type of sailing ships do not have balconies. So if you say to your Expedia Cruises travel advisor, well, you've been booking me for years on cruises, you know I'll only go if there's a balcony. Please let me say to you, hang on. Don't forego a wonderful experience like this. Don't not go to the unique destinations that only a small ship like Windstar can take you. Don't not have this experience because there isn't a balcony. You heard me say many times, we want you to feel like Windstar is your own private yacht. If you need a little bit of extra space in your stateroom, all of them are starting at 188 square feet. What we did is we took 62 staterooms, we broke down the walls in between, and we converted them into double suites. So you've got 2 washrooms, multiple closet space, you've got a beautiful sitting area and extra space if you feel you need that space. We've also got a bridge suite, 495 square feet. So there's always opportunities if you want a little bit of extra space. But I always say, if you need your balcony, go anywhere on the deck space, grab 2 deck chairs, make that your balcony. If you're traveling with friends, grab 4 deck chairs, that's your balcony, but don't not go. On Windstar, you're going to get, for the most part, most times you're in port. We have very few at-sea days. Of course, if you're going to do a trans-Pacific or transatlantic cruise, you're going to be at sea. But for the most part, we're in port taking you to these wonderful destinations. You're not going to be worried about having a balcony. One of our specialty dining restaurants is called Stella Bistro. It's a beautiful French-inspired restaurant. Unlike our main dining room, where I said to you, you do not need to make a reservation, in our specialty dining rooms, we do require guests make a reservation. You choose the night that you want to go. Hopefully there'll be more than one opportunity, but we just need to make sure that everybody gets a chance. However, there is no surcharge on Windstar when you go to a specialty dining restaurant. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that. Here's a picture of our lounge on the windsurf. Wonderful experience. You can listen to music, see all the cultural shows, cooking demonstrations. And then we also have our 2 smaller sister ships, the Windstar and the Windspirit. Both of these smaller ships accommodate 148 guests. So talk about feeling like you're on your own private yacht. I had mentioned to you the ratio of crew to guest is 1 to 1.5, 148 guests, 101 crew. And these ships, these sailing ships, do way better in warmer waters. So we cleverly deploy them to the Caribbean, to the Mediterranean. And in fact, our Windspirit is dedicated to Tahiti. We have an all year round program in Tahiti, which I'm still going to tell you about in the next little while. We also have our 3 beautiful star-class ships. These ships we purchased from another luxury cruise line called Seabourn Cruises. And when we purchased them, we did a lot of renovation. They could accommodate 212 guests. 3 of them are called the Star, well, each of them are called Star Breeze, Star Pride, and Star Legend. We like to say no other stars shine so bright, and they're all identical sister ships. But what we did, and we announced this over about a year and a half ago, and of course COVID hit and we had to put things on hold, we announced our $250 million Star Plus initiative. And what is that? Well, we took all 3 of these beautiful ships into a shipyard in Palermo, Sicily. We sliced them in half and we stretched them, and we added in an 84-foot prefabricated section that gave us an additional 50 suites for an additional 100 guest capacity. So now that these beautiful ships have been put together again and they are sailing out in the sea right now, this is a picture of our Star Breeze, but here's a beautiful picture of the 2 sisters sailing out of Italy. They can accommodate 312 guests. But what did we do? We completely renovated all the washrooms in all the suites. We redid the spa facility, the fitness facility, the retail facility, the engine rooms. We added 2 new specialty restaurants, so it's as if these are brand new ships. Our beautiful pool area, we've got new teak wood on the decks, a beautiful hot tub here. It really is a phenomenal experience. Our World Spa by Windstar, these are beautiful thermal seats that you can go, they're heated seats, all complimentary for you to go in and experience. Of course, if you do any treatments, there's going to be a charge, no doubt. Here is just a picture. If anybody wants a little bit of extra room, you will notice that there is a balcony here, and many of the suites, and these are called suites because they start out at 277 square feet. Now, by any standard, whether it's a big ship or a small ship, these are enormous. They've got walk-in closets. All the washrooms I mentioned to you have been redone, marble bathrooms, just beautifully appointed. If you need a little bit of extra space, more than 277 square feet, you can speak to your consultant at Expedia Cruises and book the Grand Owner's Suite, which is 1,374 square feet, just for sailing with us. This is a picture of a star balcony suite, and anything that has now star in front of it is our new section that we added in. And what we did with that is we put the bed by the window. If any of you have traveled on a river cruise, you know that many of them put the bed by the window or by the balcony. That's what we've done, but it's still got a lovely sitting area. If it's a star ocean view, here is a big panoramic window. And I want to just tell you all right now that every suite on one of our star class ships, or every stateroom on one of our Windstar, or on one of our Wind class ships, is an ocean view. Windstar Cruises doesn't know what an inside cabin is. So everything, whether you have a porthole, a panoramic window, a balcony, which is a French balcony, every one of our staterooms and cabins is an ocean view. Here is an ocean view of one of our original suites, where as you walk in, the bed is at the entrance and the sitting area is by the window or by the balcony. Here is another picture of our amphora dining room, which again is on all our ships. And again, no reservations required here. Our breakfast and lunches are served in our veranda cafe, either inside or outside. Beautiful. And here you can see that it's buffet style. We're doing it a little bit differently because we're going to serve our guests. However, if you say, well, you know what, I'm on vacation. Andrea, you spoke about those relaxed days. You spoke about those unregimented days. I don't want to have to stand and serve myself or get food for myself. You don't have to. If you want to order a la carte off the menu, you can absolutely do that. Just place your order. And the important thing to know is that everything is prepared a la minute. Because we're small, we don't have to prepare thousands or even hundreds of meals in advance and keep it hot in an oven and then just heat it up when you want it. You order it, we prepare it, and we bring it to you. At nighttime, you can see we've even changed the furniture to change the whole ambiance, but we convert the veranda cafe, both outside and inside, into one of our other specialty dining rooms called Candles. And here you're going to get your filet mignon, your rack of lamb, all your fish and chicken dishes, and vegetarian, of course. So this is a wonderful experience. Again, we ask that you make a reservation so that everyone gets a chance, but there is no surcharge here. Here's a lovely picture of our yacht club. This is a lovely little area where you can go and sit and read and just relax. But this is where we serve you your specialty teas and coffees, your cafe lattes, your cappuccinos, whatever it is that you want, all complimentary. So all the non-alcoholic beverages on Windstar are complimentary. Bottled water, your pop, you don't need a special card, you don't need to take it out of your beverage package, all included. On all these renovated or refurbished Star Class ships, we have added 2 new specialty restaurants to the others that we have, which is the Candles. We've added Quadro 44, which is a small little 38-seater. It's a Spanish tapas style restaurant, and we did this in collaboration with the Michelin star chef Anthony Sasso. So it's a small little intimate place. You can go in just for starters or for tapas and sangria and go and eat dinner somewhere else and come back for dessert. Or you can sit here and make it your main meal, a wonderful experience. And then in collaboration with Grill Master Stephen Rakelin, we've got our Star Grill, which is under the stars at night. And it is fantastic, where we combine traditional barbecue, world barbecue, and just wonderful, wonderful experience under the stars to go and eat. So I mentioned to you that we do have all the non-alcoholic beverages included, all the meals, even at a specialty dining restaurant, all included. There is a charge for alcoholic beverages because some clients have said, well, you know what? I don't drink that much and I don't want to have to subsidize other guests' alcohol. So for those of you who just like beer and wine, we have, and this is in US dollars, we have our beer and wine package for $49 per person per day, where we give you unlimited domestic and imported beer and a choice of 33 different wines. And when I say unlimited, I've recently been on a cruise line. You can have 15 drinks on that cruise line, and that's what your package is. When we say unlimited, as many drinks as you want. For those of you who want hard liquor for just $10 more at $59 per person per day, you have all your aperitifs, your cocktails, all the liqueurs, hard alcohol that you want, plus the beer and wine. But you might say to your travel consultant at Expedia Cruises, you know, I just don't want to think of anything. I want it all included. I want my beverage package. I want my Wi-Fi. I want the gratuities taken care of. We have an all-in package. So for $79 per person per day, you get the beverage package, which I mentioned to you is $59. You get the Wi-Fi package, which is $35. And you get the gratuities, which are $14.50 per person per day. And if you work out the difference, you're going to have a substantial saving. So speak to your Expedia Cruises consultant in advance. And if you're going on our website and you want to see what we do, we currently now do a cruise only pricing and the all-inclusive pricing. Say, for example, this example is a 12-day itinerary. We take $79 times 12 and we add that to the cruise only fare. If there's 2 people traveling in a party and 1 person drinks and the other person doesn't, we will sell it to 1 person in the party. 1 person can buy cruise only, the other person can buy the all-inclusive package. So we really make it easy for everybody. So I hope so many of you are saying, well, this really, really appeals to me, but I still kind of need to know who is the typical Windstar guest. Well, let me say, everybody is welcome. However, we do not confirm children under the age of 8. So you're not going to find young families with young children on our cruise. We're too small to have children's meals. We don't have a zip line, we don't have a racing track, we don't have Disney characters. So for young children under the age of 8, this is not conducive for them. But you will, and probably you will definitely meet some young couples who've said to their parents or their in-laws, you take care of the grandchildren. We're going on a Windstar cruise. So again, it's not limited to adult ages, except no children under the age of 8. And you're going to find that the guest that travels with Windstar Cruises are truly those engaged guests, people who are really seeking a true, authentic experience in a very unique and interesting places that we go to. And again, in a very unpretentious, unsnobby environment. So it's that relaxed, understated elegance, country club casual. For those of you that have traveled on many river cruises, or you even just love the small ship experience but may not have been on Windstar, you're going to be traveling with like-minded people, again, in that intimate experience and intimate environment. So you might be thinking, I'm really interested. Where could 6 small ships possibly go? Well, I am thrilled to tell you we have a very robust portfolio of destinations that we sail to. And I hope just by mentioning a few of them now, I'm going to get your mouths watering and really, as Scarlett said, get you excited, and you're going to cross so many things off your bucket list by coming with Windstar. In the interest of time, of course, I can't go into too many detail about all our destinations, but I'm just going to show you a quick map. If you can kind of just take a quick glance here and see our ports of embarkation and disembarkation where we go to. And I'm going to just flash a few enticing pictures of where we go. Now, these select sailings are just ideas of some of the top selling destinations that we go to, and I will go a little bit more into detail. Tahiti, Greek Isles, Alaska, Europe. We do Greece and the Corinth Canal. And how are we able to do that? Well, with these refurbishment of the ships that we did, we lengthened our ships. We didn't widen them. So Windstar Cruises is still able to take you into the small little places, as I mentioned, that the big ships simply can't get to. Europe, the Caribbean, Costa Rica, and the Panama Canal. So many exciting destinations. And wait, I know that probably the Caribbean that I'm going to talk about is a little bit harder for you to get to from Western Canada. I understand that. I'm based in Ontario. We become a little blasé where we think, oh, it's just a direct flight to St. Martin or to Barbados, Bridgetown, Barbados. It's easier for us, but don't cross it off your list and not think of coming to see the Caribbean with us. Greece for us is our most popular destination. And of course, I'm showing you magnificent Santorini. And you think, well, I've been there. But look at our Greek itineraries. We don't just do Athens. We don't just do Santorini and Mykonos. We go to places like Nafplio, Monemvasia, places that you think, I haven't heard of those places before. Those are the interesting places that we're going to take you to. And whether it's one of our star class ships or one of our sailing ships, just imagine sailing from one little island to the other. Absolutely beautiful. Italy, we have a lot of itineraries with Italy. And again, I'm just showing you a few places that you might think, well, I just didn't think that you could go there on a cruise line. We incorporate Croatia, a very, very popular destination. We do the Dalmatian coast, the Adriatic Sea. So again, I just want to tempt you and dangle that carrot and whet your appetites and hope that you'll look at some of these fabulous ports of call that we go to and consider looking on our website or ask for a brochure, and your Expedia Cruises consultant will send it to you. Look at the Riviera Romance. Here we go to Monte Carlo. And for those of you who are interested in Formula One and Grand Prix, we do one themed cruise per year in May, where we take guests to Monte Carlo, where you have an overnight. We give you seats in section K for the Grand Prix. We give you binoculars. So again, lots of little nuggets of information that I can't mention on every every single cruise that we do, but some exciting destinations. Southern Spain, Portugal, Morocco. We go to a place in Morocco called Agadir. When you go to Agadir and you do one of our little shore excursions with very few people, you're going to get to see goats in trees. Can you imagine going to this port with hundreds, I'm not even saying thousands of other people, with hundreds of other people? You would not see what you set out to see in the first place. There wouldn't be a goat in sight because they would scatter and you wouldn't see them. But because Windstar is small, we take small little groups on our shore excursions, so you truly get to see what you set out to see in the first place. Northern Europe. Well, we certainly have changed our itineraries, as has everybody else. We're no longer going to the Black Sea. We did beautiful in St. Petersburg. We did Odessa. We're obviously not going to those parts of the world right now, but we do Scandinavia. Going through the fjords is absolutely wonderful. And something fabulous that we do that is also a very popular destination is Iceland. We do a 7-day round trip, Reykjavik to Reykjavik. You get to see this whole beautiful country, very expensive. What better way to see these expensive countries like Iceland, like Japan, like many other expensive destinations, where you get on, you unpack once, we serve you beautiful James Beard Foundation inspired meals, and you're going to see these countries that you're so looking forward to seeing. I mentioned to you the Caribbean, and your Expedia Cruises travel consultant might say to you, what about going to the Caribbean? You know, the flights are not that bad. We can get you there. You might have to go via Toronto or via another point. But you say, oh, I've been to the Caribbean 1,000 times. I went to Miami, then we did a day at sea. I went to Fort Lauderdale. I went to a private island. I want you to take a look at Windstar's Caribbean. We go to places like Jost van Dyke, Virgin Gorda, Bequia, St. Barth, Castries, different ports of call that honestly only the small ships can get into. I've got some beautiful pictures that I do on other presentations where we focus in on the Caribbean, and you can see that a big ship could just not get close to these small little unique ports of call. The important thing to know as well, that when you travel on a Caribbean cruise with Windstar, it's just not going to the beach. It's just not sun and sand and sea the whole time. We have included many UNESCO World Heritage sites that we go to. So it's very, very interesting the way that we present these places to you. Costa Rica and the Panama Canal. I was fortunate enough to do this. You're actually in the experience. When the locks open and close and the water rises up and goes down, you actually are doing that. You're immersed in that experience. Behind us was another huge, huge cruise ship. And I'm never going to say this, especially working with Expedia Cruises, that if you go on a big cruise ship, you're not going to have a nice time. You absolutely are. But by going on Windstar, you're really going to be in the experience. These guests on this big ship were standing and looking over the banister, and I'm sure they must have thought, look at this amazing engineering feat. This is the Panama Canal. we were in the experience, and that makes that 180 degrees from ordinary difference. Talking about Tahiti, we do a 7-day round trip in Tahiti from Papeete back to Papeete. That is the Society Islands that we do. We call it the Dreams of Tahiti. And if you're going all that way, you might think, well, it's worth my while to stay maybe for 10 days or 11 days and incorporate the Tuamotu Islands as well. So I'm going to put on a little video. You need a little break from my voice, I guess, and you just want to enjoy and take this all in. So enjoy, everybody.
Tahiti. What better way to explore a nation of islands than by yacht? A Windstar yacht. Sail into small bays big ships can't reach. Explore beaches on uninhabited motus. There is nothing between you and the real Tahiti. Paddle, swim, or snorkel right from a yacht built specifically for Tahiti, on a line that was voted the world's best small ship cruise line. Hop ashore to the enchanted landscape of Moorea. Raiatea's lush forests and Black Pearl Farm. Play in the bathtub-warm lagoons surrounding Bora Bora's exotic peaks. Let Windstar take you into these unique island paradises with overnight stays at most. Thoughtfully designed staterooms, exquisite yet relaxed dining experiences, unforgettable private events, and a crew that never stop finding ways to make you feel like you're on your own private yacht. Make this the ultimate way to experience Polynesia. Just an 8-hour flight from LAX to Papeete, or 9.5 from Sydney, Windstar is here year-round. Choose from 7, 10, or 11-day itineraries, with plenty of options to extend your stay on shore. See and experience the most of Tahiti on the world's best small ship cruise line.
And currently the cruise ship that we take there now is the Wind Spirit with 148 guests. I have to tell you that going to Alaska was a phenomenal experience. And if you can just take a quick glance at some of the ports of call that we go here, everybody who's with Expedia Cruises, you will know that these are unusual places that those big ships can't and don't go to. Indian Islands, Icy Strait Point, Tracy Arm, Endicott Arm. We do the Grenville Channel, which is going right inside the Canadian Inside Passage. Honestly, some of these ports of call, we were the only ship there. And if I tell you that this is getting up close and personal, this is what this experience is all about. We travel with 6 expedition experts, ranging from glaciologists, botanists, wildlife photographer, true experts in their field. They travel with our guests, they engage with our guests, they have meals with our guests. But then when we get really up close and personal, it is quite phenomenal. What we do is we actually, let me go back here, lower the water sports platform. I mentioned to you in warm, calm waters, while we're right up by these glaciers, right alone, nobody's near us. We lower our water sports platform and we launch our 2-person kayak expeditions and our Zodiac expeditions. And I'm going to show you, if you'll just indulge me, this is me all suited up here right by the glaciers, and I want to show you what I saw. So if you're in the Zodiac with me, this is how close we were. It was fabulous. So you're going to go up and down in my little Zodiac, but look what I saw. Such an incredible experience you can't imagine. Well, in 2020, we wanted to go to Australia and New Zealand. We're doing that now at the end of 2022, going into 2023. Asia, regrettably, we've just had to cancel, as have many of the other cruise lines, because Japan in particular has closed their doors to us, and of course China. So we're not able to go right this year, but please look, if you are interested in that destination, look at us for 2023, some beautiful itineraries. I don't want to keep you too long. I just want to keep your attention just a little bit longer. You know, so many people, we all have been locked up for so long. So many people now think, you know what, I've saved my money. I really have deserved this. I've earned this. I want to go on something longer than a 7, 8, 10-day itinerary. Anything longer than 13 days with Windstar is considered something that we call Star Collector voyages. It's just really a back-to-back. So if you do even 2 7-day itineraries in the Caribbean, if you do 18 days, whatever is longer than 13 days, we give our guests free daily laundry. So you might be wondering, a 79-day cruise, how could I pack for that? I don't know what to take. Honestly, you take your normal size suitcase, unpack once, and with your free daily laundry, we'll do your laundry throughout the journey. And it's not just 79 days, there's 20 days, there's 28 days, there's a whole variety of different itineraries. And again, I implore you to go to your Expedia Cruises travel advisor, consultant, and ask them to share with you the different and beautiful Star Collector or back-to-back itineraries that we have. This map, unfortunately, still does show Odessa and places in the Black Sea. We obviously, as I mentioned to you, are going to change that. It's in 2023. But again, it's a phenomenal, phenomenal itinerary. And there are many more. I encourage you all to go onto our website, windstarcruises.com. And where you see specials, I encourage you to click on specials. The pictures are going to change, but the information is going to also be updated on a regular basis. And something that I'd like you to look for and speak to your travel consultant about is our 7 for 7. These come out every Thursday and they run till the following Wednesday. And then the following Thursday, we change these fares again. We put 7 cruises on sale for 7 days. They are deeply discounted and we can never tell in advance where they're going to be. But I encourage you to look because one might just appeal to you and you think, that's where I wanted to go. I wanted Tahiti, I wanted the Mediterranean, I wanted Spain and Portugal, whatever. Look at these discounted prices. And I mentioned to you, because we are, or because Expedia is a preferred partner with Windstar Cruises, we give them $100 per person to give to you on these discounted fares. So that is a fabulous, fabulous saving. For those of you who are solo guests, who are traveling on your own, you know, many of the cruise lines charge you 100% surcharge. Windstar charges 75%. However, we have a long, long, long list of fabulous cruises and sailings where we only charge 20%. So come and join us for a 20% single supplement. Really, I encourage you to speak to your Expedia Cruises advisor and let them choose a fabulous cruise with you. Because we do still price in US dollars, so hopefully that'll change closer to the end of the year, we understand that there's a bit of a sting with the US Canadian rate of exchange. So we have our Canadian residents special discounts. They are still priced in US dollars. They are deeply, deeply discounted. But again, you're going to find a long list of itineraries that are going to be significantly cheaper, sometimes 30% cheaper to take that rate of exchange into consideration. Because these are so unbelievably deeply discounted, we don't add that Expedia amenity on, but again, there are many, many other cruises where we do. And you heard me make mention with our longer back-to-back itineraries, we give you free daily laundry. So I hope by now I've got a lot of mouths watering, that there's going to be a lot of questions. I just want to show you that all these different experiences are Windstar. It's not just about, as I mentioned, going and lying at the beach. We've all been waiting such a long time, and no matter which ship you choose, whether it's an itinerary with the sails or it's one of our beautiful Star Collector that do way better in harsher climates, we can't wait to welcome you on board. I want to thank you, and Expedia wants to thank you for giving your time to eat this evening. So we have a show offer. If you make any new booking with one of your Expedia Cruises travel advisors or through any agency, from tomorrow until the 3rd of June, we're going to give you an additional $50 per person shipboard credit. And that's in addition to any other special offer or discount that you're going to receive. So again, call your local office and ask them about whatever cruise you want to go on. As I mentioned, we're chomping at the bit. We're waiting to welcome you on board. And I thank you all for your attention. Thank you so much for giving me this time.
Thank you very much, Andrea. That was wonderful. It was a fantastic presentation, very inspiring. I found a few destinations I'd love to go to. The small ship, for me, is very appealing. I liked it before
There you
the pandemic, and I think I like it even more now, just for the intimacy on the ship. Your suites on board, they are lovely, both on the yachts style, pardon me, and the Windstar Cruises, the wind sailing ships as well. So they are absolutely lovely. So we do have a few questions, and I'll direct them right to you. For your cruises that go to the Mediterranean, especially into Italy, Venice, do you dock in Venice?
Yes, we do. We do.
Okay, so right in the heart of Venice, you are there.
Well, we're not where the little gondolas go, but we quite, we're very close, because the big ships simply can't go there anymore. We're able to go there. So we absolutely, as close as we can get. It would be a little tender ride in, because we can't go right up to the port, but absolutely we do dock very close to it. Yes.
Perfect. The next question is about Tahiti. So Tahiti for 2022, is there availability?
Absolutely, yes. I'm thrilled to say, and let me say, I know I kind of didn't gloss over it, but I was there in March, and I have to say that everything that I see, and when I re-see it in those pictures, it's absolutely true. From the dolphin excursions to going to a pearl farm, just the waters are warm, they are turquoise, we snorkeled, the fish are amazing. And for those of you who are looking for 2022, we absolutely have availability. So yes, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a huge destination for us. I will tell you, so much so in 2024, we're doubling our capacity, and we're taking one of the biggest starships there. So instead of 148, we'll be having 312 guests. But for now, we're going to be doing the Wind Spirit, and absolutely have space available.
Fantastic. Now, to make a booking, what deposit is required?
It is 15%, Scarlett, and everybody, it's 15% of the cruise fare. So let me just make mention, for whoever asked the question about Tahiti, you might be wondering, well, how do I get there? Scarlett and all the managers and owners, I should say, of Expedia Cruises, we have a special air hotel program where we provide air from you don't have to take it, but we provide air on Air Tahiti Nui from Los Angeles into Papeete and back again. But because we bring our guests in a day earlier, we provide complimentary accommodation at the Intercontinental Hotel. So we fly our guests in, they have a night, you're acclimatized, you've got this beautiful resort that you stay at, we do the cruise, and on the way back, because the flight leaves late at night, we give a day room at the Intercontinental. But the
Intercontinental is absolutely beautiful.
Fabulous. There are other options, of course. There's flying on Air Canada to San Francisco, United from San Francisco to Papeete. And just for those of you who are on the West Coast, I believe that Air Tahiti Nui is going to start flying out of Seattle. So that's going to be a lot easier as well.
Fantastic. Thank you. Going back to the deposit, is the deposit refundable, or is it a non-refundable deposit?
It is refundable except for $50. So if anybody cancels prior to 120 days from sailing, it is refundable except for a $50 admin fee per person.
Perfect. And if for some reason, if our clients book today and the price drops a little bit, do you protect that new price, or?
We do it to 90 days prior to departure. We will price match, but I do have to say that whatever amenities and special offers that have been added onto the booking could possibly be forfeited, depending on if we match it to a flash sale or a special reduced fare. So we would give the reduced fare up to 90 days prior, but again, just be aware that people could lose their special perks that were added on.
Okay. And then my last question that I have for you is in regards to being such a small ship, concerns about motion sickness. Is it rocky? Is that something that we need to be concerned about, or we're going into areas where it's nice and smooth all the time?
As a ship, And I have to emphasize the word ship and not boat, because I think when people say boat, it implies these tiny little vessels that get bobbed up and down in the water. It's definitely a ship, Scarlett, and everybody. We have stabilizers, but I am going to say that every ship, whether it's the size of a village or it's a small cruise ship like Windstar, is going to move in the water. I have to say that because we're small, and if there is ever going to be inclement weather, we're able to circumnavigate that. We're able to sail closer to the shore. There's no doubt about the fact that you are going to feel movement, but it's not this constant rocking. I have never been impacted, but I will tell you that somebody I traveled with when I went to Alaska, of all places, I mean, it was calm waters, and she was so, you know, she really suffers badly from motion sickness. She felt it from the moment she got on while we were still docked. So, you know, we do have some little drugs that we hand out for those people who need it. You know, there's always a patch to wear. I could never, ever say to you in good conscience that, no, you're never going to feel motion, but we do have stabilizers. And I, in all my traveling without sounding blasé, I've never had that experience of you know, of not feeling well.
Right. All right, and the last comment I have for those people that are interested in going to places like Tahiti, there is now air out of Seattle with Air Tahiti Nui, so it's nice and closer to home for us in Edmonton to travel to destinations like Tahiti in the South Pacific. So I want to thank you very much, Andrea, and thank you to all of our guests for attending tonight. Thank goodness there wasn't an Oiler game that we would have had to compete with. So
no, I would have lost out, right, Scarlett? It would have been
you and I both. You and I both. Just a few housekeeping items. Our next Travel Talk Thursday is June 2nd, and that's with Paul Gauguin, also doing South Pacific Cruises. And then our final one of the spring session is on June 16th with Azamara. And then we are going to take a break during the summer. But just know that our offices are all open. They are busier than ever. People are ready to travel. And we welcome you to stop in. Please give your wonderful consultants a call, and they are eager to help you with your next travel plans. My last housekeeping item is in preparation for Expedia Cruises Princess 3-day sale. We are having our preview event next Thursday, May 26th. There are going to be 2 virtual talks with our Princess rep and us as hosts. The first presentation will be at 9:30 a.m. and then the second one at 7 p.m. So please reach out to your consultants for full details on that, and they'll be happy to help you register. But we encourage you to come see everything that Princess Cruises has to offer as well. So in closing, I want to thank Andrea again. Thank you again for all of our guests for joining us. I hope Andrea has inspired you to add Windstar Cruises to your bucket list, your future travels. And that is all from me. I thank you very much, and good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thank you all for joining us.